Hi girl, welcome. Get ready for the story on how I went from a mom of 3 who is single to a stay-at-home baby mama. Moving to New Jersey was a move I did not see coming whatsoever. When I first did my leap and moved to Houston, Texas, that was something that God had on the radar for a very long time. And even when I would get on YouTube, without even me searching for videos of that nature, I would find and I would see or I would be recommended videos that were like how God told me to move to Houston, or how God told me to move to Texas, or I just moved to Texas. I had so many videos like that that would just pop up randomly, and I was like, okay, Lord, I see you. But when it came to New Jersey, that was not something I saw coming. I thought I was going to move to North Carolina and that was going to be where God took me next. And maybe it could be a bit of me getting in the way of God, but it also could be this is just what God had destined for me. So the children's dad invited me to come move in with him and let me know that he had a room set up for me already, the children's room already set up, and it was essentially just waiting for us to arrive. When I first got here, I struggled very hard with the idea of living with the children's father, because up until that point, I placed a lot of blame on him. Like, it's his fault that I no longer am a flight attendant. It's his fault that our family went in the direction that it did. And it was his fault that I was alone raising 3 babies on my own. To move into his home without a job, without a car, being 100% solely dependent on him, it was such a scary idea, and even just circumstances, because it's like, okay, well, how long is this going to last? Will I even be able to find a job in New Jersey? My old job that I used to work from home with, they don't hire in New Jersey. It's something to do with like the taxes and everything. So New Jersey is one of those states where you are unable to work for that company. So it's not like I could just go back to my old job. It was just so much that God was calling on me to trust that I fought being here for a very long time, mentally, emotionally. I fell into a depression where I was depressed, and it's like, God, why would you bring me here? Like, why? I couldn't see the beauty that New Jersey offered because we live on a military base. And so we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. And so that was another thing of like, you got me in the middle of nowhere. It's boring here. There's nothing to do. Finding a job has been extremely difficult because 1, I don't have a car, and then 2, we're in the middle of nowhere. So it's not like there are jobs just readily available around us. And then the number 3 part of it was remote work. Finding a remote job in New Jersey, yeah, it has been, and it was extremely rough. It took months before I was able to stop looking at all that I didn't have and looking behind me on what was lost. Like, I don't have the freedom to just be in my own home anymore. I don't have the freedom to wear the clothes that I used to wear because a lot of my stuff, if not all of my stuff, is in storage. So it was a stripping away where God allowed me to see that, 1, I can depend on the children's father, because that was a big thing where it was like, I don't feel like I can depend on him. Every time things get hard, he runs. And so this situation has allowed me to see that I can depend on him. He is someone that I can consider a friend. And it has done wonders in our friendship, me being here, because for the longest time I hated him, couldn't stand him, just had so much like animosity towards him because I felt like I was in this position because of him, not realizing that I was in this position because I allowed him to put me in it. I wasn't taking any accountability for the actions that I took that led me here, because I could have stood my ground when I first met him and been like, no, I'm serious when I say I want to wait till marriage. Like, it took two for us to get in that bedroom. It wasn't, like there were so many things where I was just so focused on putting the blame on him that I didn't take any responsibility for what I did that landed me here. Because something that God showed me and taught me was that I allowed my heart to get broken so many times. Or, my heart was broken so many times because I allowed it to be. I didn't do what I was supposed to do, such as taking the time to really get to know him. Just slow, and I moved very quickly. And even with us going to counseling and everything, when he first got back, I still could have taken things even slower, where it's like, no, we're not going to be intimate with one another in that way. So there was a lot that I needed to own up to. And then the second part of like me being here, what God showed me is that I focus so much on what I don't have versus what I do have. And once I made that switch to stop thinking about, oh, all of my stuff is in storage, oh, I don't have my own bedroom set no more, like it's his bedroom set, oh, all of this stuff, I was able to stop and say, you know what? It's peaceful and it's quiet here. I get to get out in nature more here because it's not a bustling city or town that I am in. It's a very slow-paced one. I get to be a stay-at-home mom without having the worries and the pressures of, okay, where are finances going to come from to cover this month's bills, or food or clothes on our back if we need it, and things of that nature. Like when I was in Houston, there were times when money got really, really scarce. So I still had that going in my mind of like, okay, well, how am I going to take care of this and juggle this while also being present with my children and being present with myself? And so that is a weight that got lifted by me being here, is I don't have to worry about finances. I get to focus on the children, and now the children are now in school. So now I really have the opportunity to really focus and hone in on what it is that I want to do and what I really am passionate about, and now have the time to pour my all into. Because before, with me being at home, I was at home with the children. So although that is what I wanted to do, I still didn't have as much time to really do things that Jasmyn just really wanted to feel and fulfill and get done. So now that they are in school, I have the hours while they're away to be here, to be present, to share my gifts and to edit, because that was another huge thing, is like not having the time to film as well as edit. So I just had to accept where I was. It didn't look, and it doesn't look anything at all like I thought it was going to look like, but there is beauty here. That's what I want to share with you, is just because something doesn't look like you hoped it would or you expected it to, that doesn't mean that there isn't beauty there. It may take you a little moment to see it, or a change of perspective to see it, but I promise you it is there. So this is how I went from being a single mom of 3 to a single stay-at-home baby mama. Him and I are not together whatsoever. We don't cross that line. And I wanted to share more about my life and my perspective, because I feel like I am in a unique situation. And for the longest time, I have been so embarrassed by it, because it's like, oh, here I am depending on my baby daddy to take care of everything. What are people going to think? What are people going to say? And then there's people who probably like, oh, see, that's why I can't date somebody who got a baby mama, baby daddy, because you already know they messing around with each other. And so I want to be able to share that side of things of like, no, two people who share children can reside in the same household and there not be any funny business going on. I'm at the point, and I'm at a place where he took me through so much that I need God to reveal a password to him to say to me, for me to know that, okay, this is God ordained. And that goes for any relationship that may come in the future, is they have to have a password. Like at this point in time, I have learned the lesson the hard way. I am taking my time. As much as I would desire and would love to be in a committed relationship, aka a marriage, and be with my person and just live happily ever after, I am in no hurry to receive that, because my past, I was in such a hurry to get there that I was just rushing through things. I wasn't taking my time to really get to know a person. I wasn't just having the patience to trust God to deliver it in his timing. I was trying to do everything in my timing. And so now I don't want to have any more children outside of wedlock, which if it happens to you, again, like this, that's no judgment, because I am someone who had 3 children out of wedlock. It's just, when you know better, you do better. And for me, in my life, I want to do better, and my do better looks like me being married. And so, yeah, I'm in no hurry. I'm in no rush, but I'm also doing my absolute best to be who it is that God has called me to be, and I don't always get it right. So that's what this journey is going to be about. So I hope that you will stick around, and I hope and I pray that you will find peace out of what I share. I hope that you will find understanding. I hope that you will find security. I hope that you will find acceptance. I hope that you will find relatability. And ultimately, I hope that you will learn and know that you can have your heart's desires as long as you keep following in God's footsteps. As long as you keep trying to do your absolute best to be your best in every situation. That's all I hope and I pray for you. If you would like to see more, please do be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. I will be sharing daily vlogs on what my life is like in the day-to-day and how I manage, as well as fitness content, because, girl, we about to get right and tight, okay? Like, this is our era. This is our season to really pour into ourselves, not even just spiritually and mentally, but also physically. So stay tuned if you want to learn self-discipline tips, and if you want to come along the journey on transforming outwardly as much as we have inwardly. Thank you so very much, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Mwah.